Your biceps might look unreal in the mirror, but the moment you slip on a t-shirt, all that definition disappears. It's annoying because you can have a solid chest, clean abs, and wide lats, yet still look average if your forearms aren't pulling their weight. Thin forearms make your whole physique look unfinished. But fix them, and everything changes. Forearms are visible in every outfit, and when they grow, they instantly signal real power, even when the rest of your body isn't fully dialed in yet. And here's the sneaky advantage. Forearms get vascular fast. You don't need to be shredded or have special lighting. Train them properly and the veins start showing up like a roadmap, making your arms look bigger and stronger instantly. That's why, if you want arms that look impressive every single day, you start with your forearms. Nothing communicates strength faster than a grip that feels like it could bend steel. But looking strong is only one part of the truth. The second reason forearms matter is because they make the rest of your training better. Think about this for a second. You're halfway through a heavy set. You're locked in, focused, feeling unstoppable, and then out of nowhere, boom! Your forearms start burning, your grip begins slipping, the bar feels like a wet fish, and the entire set collapses. Not because your back gave out, not because your biceps failed, but because your forearms weren't strong enough to keep up. Your forearms aren't decoration. They're the bridge between your strength and the weight you're lifting. You can have monster back muscles, but if your grip gives out first, all that potential strength goes nowhere. Stronger forearms mean a stronger grip. A stronger grip means better performance. Pull-ups, deadlifts, rows, farmer's carries, every pulling movement becomes easier, safer, and more effective when your forearms can handle the load. And then there's the last reason people ignore way too often. Elbow pain. That sharp sting you feel when you curl, that annoyance you get when you bench, that tightness after rows. Most people blame fatigue, but 9 out of 10 times, it's forearm imbalance. When the muscles that flex your wrist get too strong compared to the ones that extend it, your elbows are the ones that suffer. That's where the classics come in. Tennis elbow, golfer's elbow. One means your flexors are weak. The other means your extensors are weak. Both hurt, both ruin workouts, both slow down progress. The good news? Stronger forearms fix this. When you train them properly, everything starts to balance out. The burning disappears. The sharp pain fades. Your elbows finally stop screaming every time you touch a dumbbell. And your lifts get smoother, cleaner, stronger. This is why adding forearm training to your routine isn't just about aesthetics. It's about performance, longevity, and staying injury-free. Now let's be honest about something that no one likes to admit. Forearms have a massive genetic component. Some people are born looking like they've been gripping Thor's hammer since birth. They have long muscle bellies, perfect insertions, thick wrists, everything working in their favor. Then there are the rest of us, the ones who have to work for every millimeter of growth. Is it unfair? Yeah, does it mean you can't build bigger forearms? Absolutely not. Your genetics decide your starting line, not your finish line. If you were blessed with long muscle bellies, your forearms will look fuller and thicker naturally. If your muscle bellies are short, your gains might look more defined rather than huge. But defined forearms with visible veins look just as impressive. And the truth is simple. Genetics set the potential, but your consistency decides how much of that potential you unlock. Most people don't have a forearm genetics problem. They have a consistency problem. They skip the exercises that matter. They ignore grip strength. They avoid reverse curls because they feel weird. And then they complain their forearms won't grow. But here's the real good news. You don't need fancy machines. You don't need a 2-hour forearm workout. You just need the right movements. The ones that hit all 3 major jobs your forearms do. Elbow flexion, wrist flexion and extension, and grip strength. And if you train all 3 correctly, your forearms don't just grow, they transform. They become thicker, more defined, stronger, and more functional. Before we get into the 5 exercises, here's a quick truth most lifters don't know. Your forearms aren't one big muscle. They're a whole squad of smaller muscles working together. And not all of them grow the same. Some have huge hypertrophy potential. Some barely grow at all. That's why you see guys doing endless wrist curls with zero progress. Because wrist flexion muscles aren't the real growth drivers. The biggest forearm muscle, the one that makes your upper forearm look full and powerful, was the brachioradialis. If you've never heard the name before, that's okay. Just know this. If your goal is bigger, thicker, stronger looking forearms, this is your main target. So how do you hit it? Neutral or pronated grips, not supinated. That's why hammer curls are your new best friend. They hammer, pun intended, the brachioradialis hard. And then comes the king, reverse curls. This is one of the most underrated forearm exercises on the planet. It destroys the brachioradialis while also training your wrist extensors, the muscles that keep your elbows healthy. If you've ignored this exercise your whole life, it's time to bring it back. Because nothing builds that upper forearm thickness like a clean set of reverse curls. But the brachioradialis is only part of the picture. The next group is the wrist flexors and wrist extensors, the troublemakers behind elbow pain. They're not huge muscles. They won't make your forearms explode in size, but they're essential for strength, stability, and longevity. When these muscles fall behind, everything hurts. Everything feels tight. Everything becomes a struggle. So we train them not for massive size, but for balance and control. And the best tool for the job? The wrist roller. This thing is brutal. A simple stick with a rope and a weight. Roll upward and you hit the extensors. Roll downward and you hit the flexors. No other movement hits both sides this effectively. The key is form. Don't hold it straight out like a superhero trying to fly. Keep your elbows close to your body, slightly bent, and roll with slow, controlled movement. This isn't ego lifting, this is precision training. And now the final category, grip strength. Grip strength comes from deep muscles you don't see. The ones in your hands, your fingers, and deep under your forearms. They don't give you a big visual pump, but they make you incredibly strong. Grip is the foundation of every heavy lift. Lose your grip, you lose the lift. Strengthen your grip and everything else skyrockets. The easiest way to train grip? Grippers. Those little spring-loaded crushers you can use anywhere. They burn like hell, but they work. Use them between sets, at your desk, while watching videos. It all adds up. If you want to level up even more, use fat grips. These thick rubber sleeves you attach to dumbbells or barbells turn any exercise into a grip workout. They force your hands to work harder. They recruit more muscle fibers. They make every rep more challenging. Just don't overdo it. You don't want your back day turning into forearm day by accident. And then there's the legendary rice bucket. It sounds goofy, but it's one of the best ways to build wrist and finger strength. Dig in your hands, twist, claw, squeeze, move in every direction. Fighters, climbers, and athletes have used this for decades because it works. Now let's go through the 5 best forearm exercises you can start doing today. The ones that give you the most results for your effort. Exercise 1, hammer curls. The king for brachioradialis growth. Your palms face each other. Your reps stay controlled. You don't swing. You lift with intention. This is the exercise that gives your forearms that thick outer density. The kind that shows through t-shirts without even trying. Exercise 2, reverse curls. If hammer curls are the king, reverse curls are the emperor. They destroy the brachioradialis and also build the wrist extensors that keep your elbows healthy. Use a straight bar or an EZ bar. Keep your elbows tight, wrists locked, and pull with a controlled motion. Exercise 3, wrist roller. The complete flexor extensor finisher. Upward rolls destroy your extensors. Downward rolls crush your flexors. Keep your elbows bent and tight. Slow, controlled movement. No shortcuts. No momentum. Exercise 4, grip grippers. Simple but deadly. Close the gripper slowly, hold the squeeze for a second, and let it open with control. Do this consistently and your grip strength skyrockets. Your lifts improve. Your performance improves. Your forearms harden like stone. Exercise 5, rice bucket training. The secret weapon. Twist, squeeze, dig, spread your fingers, move in all directions. This trains the tiny muscles that almost no other exercise hits. And when these muscles get stronger, your entire forearm becomes more powerful, more stable, and more resilient. Now, let's put all of this together into 2 simple forearm workouts you can rotate without turning your gym session into a full-time job. Forearm Setup A. Hammer curls, 4 sets, 10-20 reps. Wrist roller, 3 sets up, 3 sets down. Grip work, grippers or rice bucket. Forearm Setup B. Reverse curls, 4 sets, 12-15 reps. Wrist roller, 3 sets up, 3 sets down. Grip work, grippers or rice bucket. Hit them twice a week at first. Let your body adapt. Then, if you want maximum growth, bump it up to 3 or 4 times per week. That might sound like overtraining, but forearms recover insanely fast. They're one of the few muscle groups that thrive under high frequency. Just keep your form clean. Don't ego lift, don't swing, don't throw your wrists into weird angles. Precision builds muscle. Sloppiness builds injuries. Do this consistently and something cool starts to happen. Your sleeves fit tighter, your grip feels stronger, your lifts go up, your elbows stop aching, your veins appear even on days you aren't pumped. Your handshake feels different, solid, firm, powerful. And the best part? People notice. Forearms are one of the first body parts people see. They're always exposed, always visible, always giving off a first impression. You want that impression to be strength, power, discipline. You want forearms that look like they belong to someone who takes training seriously. Because the truth is simple. No one accidentally builds big forearms. You earn them. You train them. You show up consistently. And when you add these exercises to your routine, everything changes. Your physique looks more complete. Your lifts get stronger. Your performance becomes smoother. And your confidence goes up because you know you don't just look powerful, you actually are. So if you're tired of having a big biceps but skinny forearms, if you want that dense, veiny, powerful look, if you want a grip that actually matches your strength, start today. Hammer curls, reverse curls, wrist roller. Grippers, rice bucket. 5 exercises, 2 simple routines, 0 excuses. Do this for 30 days and your arms won't just look different. You'll feel different.